Okay, so question number 4 says, consider the signal s of t, mt cos 2 pi fct, mt sin 2 pi fct. Okay? And this question was asked for GATE 2015, not very old question, very new question. So s of t is m of t cos 2 pi fct plus m hat t sin 2 pi fct. Now the question is, the signal ST is what? High pass signal, low pass signal, band pass signal and double sideband signal. Okay, double sideband suppressed carrier signal. Guys, if you look at this, which I will explain I can say in 10 minutes as well. First of all, you are multiplying this signal with cos. So obviously this will shift. Don't forget the basic. This will shift this masses m omega to fc. Correct? And this will be shifting mt ka phase shift by 90 degree and again shift by fc. So what is going to happen? Actually guys, I have not told you, but this is what signal? Single sideband signal. And single sideband signal is a band pass signal. If you recall, today only I said, you want a single sideband for double sideband, you are supposed to use a band pass filter and then you will get a band pass signal. And that's why it is a band pass signal. Now guys, I'm going to do the amazing derivation of this equation, right? If I would have given you this equation after the derivation, this question, then you would have done it easily. But I wanted to check who can get this correct before we go into that. So, put the heading, application, single sideband modulation. So this is the application of Hilbert transform, guys. This is the application of Hilbert transform. So, SSB modulation, and it is application of Hilbert transform. Application of H dot T dot Hilbert transform. Okay? So right, for any signal mt, okay, let m plus of t is denoted as half mt plus j m hat t, like this. Just write for now, don't panic. M minus of t can be written as again half mt plus minus j m hat t. If you add this 1 and 2, you will get what? Mt. So you can see that mt has been split into combination of m plus t and m minus t. Can you see it, guys? Yes or no? So mt has been split into two. This part is known as positive frequency. So we are going to take only positive frequency, right? And this part is showing you negative frequency. Yes or no, guys? Clear? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Fourier transform. So take Fourier transform. So what will happen? It will become m plus omega equal to half m of omega plus j. And what is the Fourier transform of m hat t? It is m omega minus j signum omega. Yes or no, guys? Because see guys, what is m hat t? You need to understand, m hat t is nothing, it is convolution of mt with 1 upon pi t. And if you take Fourier transform, it will become m omega into minus j signum omega. This is exactly what I have written. Yes or no? So if you solve this a little bit more, so m plus omega equal to half m of omega minus j into j is plus only, and it will become m omega j signum omega. So you can see that you can write, come here this side. So you can see that m plus omega is equal to take common. So it will be 1 plus signum omega. 1 plus signum omega, and you know that if there is a relation between that. If you recall, signum omega is equal to 2u of omega plus 1. Okay? Sorry, 2ut minus 1. So it will be minus 1. So u of omega can be written as 1 plus signum omega by 2. Clear? So using this result, that u of omega is equal to this, using this result we can write m plus omega equal to m omega u omega. Similarly, for the negative part you can write m omega u of minus omega. Have a look. So guys, what I have written here, it's for the positive frequency, and this is for the negative frequency. I am doing a full-fledged derivation. Correct. J signum omega is the Fourier transform of 1 upon pi t. Here I have written a simple relation. If you have signum t equal to 2ut minus 1, so Fourier transform of signum t is denoted as signum omega. Ut Fourier transform is denoted as u of capital omega. Don't confuse that ut ka Fourier transform is like 1 upon pi omega plus 1 upon j omega plus pi del omega. I am not using that. We are using notations here. These are notation. U of omega is notation, not the exact Fourier transform. Okay? M, when we took common, it should be 1 plus j sin omega. You are missing one important thing. When we multiplied 1 plus, right? There already, remember, there already was mt plus j m hat t. So that m hat t, j into j is 1. Very good. Minus j into j is 1. Correct? See, a lot of people are responding to your question. It's a very silly mistake you are doing. Okay? Don't worry. It's okay, fine. Now guys, it is now straightforward. It is very straightforward. It is now straightforward. It is now straightforward to express upper and lower side bands in terms of m plus t and m minus t, right? M plus t and m minus t. So can I write upper side band omega? So guys, what is upper side band? If you recall, upper side band is something like this. Correct? So this is for positive frequency. So it is what? Omega C. This is omega C plus W. And this is minus omega C. So this is minus omega C minus W. So you know that one is at omega C plus W and another is at omega equal to minus omega C. So omega equal to omega C and omega equal to minus omega C. Okay, these are the two important positive and negative frequency. So you can write upper sideband as what? You can write it as M plus omega minus omega C plus M minus omega plus omega C. Now the moment you see this, you can clearly understand that this will give you upper sideband. Why? Because omega equal to omega C. This point it will come and it will give you omega equal to minus omega C. You will get that. Okay, clear? I can also write M plus omega C. So taking the lower sideband means what? This part, okay, plus M minus omega C. So guys, if you are looking at this, so this will give you the lower sideband, right? Omega plus omega C. Now, how will you differentiate? You can clearly differentiate that if you are taking omega equal to omega C with positive, it is upper sideband. Yes, Chetkar, both are upper sideband, na? So this is upper sideband positive frequency. This is upper sideband negative frequency. Mirror image. Okay, so it's correct. Now, guys, take any one of them. Let's take the upper sideband and take inverse Fourier transform. So it is M plus omega minus omega C plus M minus omega plus omega C. If you take inverse Fourier transform, what will happen? It is just like thinking that you have half M plus is what? M of t plus J M hat t, and this minus omega C will get when you are multiplying with e की power j omega c t, plus again half because of this term mt minus j m hat t, and multiplying with e की power minus j omega c t. Now after that you have to do some more calculation. It's a little complicated proof, but I'm trying my best to make it simple. Little complicated. So you have to simplify a little bit here and there. So you can take that MT common. So it will be what? MT half e की power j omega ct plus e की power minus j omega ct. So you can feel it, what you will get it here, plus again half common, plus half, and take m hat t common. So if you take m hat t common, it will become what? E की power j omega ct with j, and take j common as well. So it will become e की power j omega ct. So you have taken half j m hat t common. So it will become e की power j omega ct minus e की power minus j omega ct. Okay? Minus, right? And you know that you have to divide by j. So you will multiply with that. Okay? So, and it is coming to be m hat t with a minus, because if you divide, you have to multiply also, so it will become j square. So finally we'll get this what, guys? mt cos omega ct minus m hat t, and this 2 will come here and it will become sin omega ct. Bingo. Okay, guys. And this is, you get what? Upper sideband. Clear? And similarly, if you want to write lower side band, nothing you have to do, just change the sign, it will become lower side band. Guys, give it one more try at your home, okay? And trust me, you'll get the derivation, don't worry. Where was omega minus omega c on the graph? So guys, see, this is omega equal to omega c. Means this is like omega minus omega c on the. So you need to understand, if you take this as minus negative frequency, so this will give you omega equal to omega c. So lower sideband means this. So you'll get this part. So this is also omega c, and this is like minus omega c. So you'll get this part. So this is like lower sideband. If you really want to feel how it is coming exactly mapping, then it's a little difficult. So the derivation is not important. If you know, it's good. It's a little complicated. I told you in the very beginning, it's a little complicated, but it gives you full feel of Hilbert transform. And if I don't teach this, I'm not satisfied. So that's the reason I taught you, so that you can see that how Hilbert transform is helping you, right? I'll give a very simple derivation as well. Don't worry. After this. If you recall, I gave you one equation, this AC AM by 2 cos 2 pi FC plus minus FM T. Do you remember this? I gave you this equation, right? AC AM by 2 cos 2 pi FC plus minus FM T. Now what do you do? Let's expand. Let's expand the above equation. Let's expand the above equation. So what you will get? You will get AC AM by 2. Now it is cos of A plus B as well as minus. So cos of A plus B is what? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. And cos of A minus B is what, guys? Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So I will write cos 2 pi FCT cos A cos B cos 2 pi FMT, and the plus will become minus and minus will become plus, and sin 2 pi FCT sin 2 pi FMT. Okay? Now guys, we know that this AM cos 2 pi FMT was our masses. So let me take inside so that we can write AM, I'm rearranging guys, don't worry. AM cos 2 pi FMT cos 2 pi FCT minus plus AM sin 2 pi FMT and sin 2 pi FCT. Are we there, guys? Now we know that if this is masses M of T, then this is your Hilbert transform of this masses. Guys, you should know that AM cos 2 pi FMT Hilbert transform is AM sin 2 pi FMT and vice versa. So 90-degree phase shift, right? Remember that? So it is vice versa. So using that, can I write it is AC by 2 MT cos 2 pi FCT, right? And if you recall, guys, I need your full attention here. If you recall, this plus meant upper side band and this minus meant lower side band. This plus has changed to this minus. So can I say that MT cos 2 pi FCT minus M hat T sin 2 pi FCT, this is the equation of upper side band. Similarly, I can also write separating out MT cos 2 pi FCT plus m hat t sine 2 pi fc t is your lower side band. And I hope this is the jugaad I wanted to talk. Look at the beauty. If you ignore this half, it is exactly what we just derived by using a big Hilbert transform. Now guys, we'll do the power calculation. Obviously for single side band. So if I take the equation, take any one, take upper side band. So what you'll write? You'll write AC by 2 MT cos 2 pi fct minus m hat t sine 2 pi fct. See, actually what you're doing is taking this whole part and doing the Hilbert transform. Right? And you can also write where you know that m hat t is the Hilbert transform of mt. So how will you find the power? Simple. To find power, right, we'll use the DSP thing. So DSP signal power is what? If you recall, it was AC square AM square by 4R. So if I want to find single sideband signal power, it will be what? AC square, only one sideband, so we have to divide by 2. See? Right? Now guys, the time has come to go to the next topic, generation of SSB signal. Generation of SSB signal. So guys, there are two methods to generate it. One is frequency discrimination method, which means that we are discriminating on the frequency, and it means that you are using a band pass filter to only take that upper sideband or the lower sideband. So actually you are using a band pass filter. Filter means frequency. So you are discriminating sideband basis the cutoff frequencies of band pass filter. If the cutoff frequency is from FC to FC plus W, you will get upper sideband. If the cutoff frequency of band pass filter is from FC minus W to FC, you will get lower sideband. So let's write. There are two methods. There are two methods for generation of SSB signal. First one is frequency discrimination method. FDM. Second one is phase discrimination method, PDM. Okay? So let's take one by one, both of them, and let's discuss. Frequency discrimination method. Okay? So guys, let's have a look at the block diagram. So we take the massive signal M of t, we give it to a balanced modulator Guys, now your time to tell me. If you use a balanced modulator, what is the output? Come on, ping the answer please. You are taking a balanced modulator, input is empty and the carrier signal. What is the output, guys? Come on. Very good, Banu. It is DSP SC signal. So I am happy that you guys remember. And we are putting this to a band pass filter, an ideal band pass filter. And then you get what? A single sideband. Okay? So what will happen here? You are using a band pass filter is used to select the required sideband because you are getting here both the sidebands, both lower sideband and upper sideband. You get either single sideband of upper sideband or lower sideband by using an appropriate cutoff frequencies of band pass filter. So let me show you with the help of spectrum. So you have a massive signal, something like this. W minus W, this is M of omega, right? This gives you, double sideband, so it will shift to here, and similarly it will shift to here. So this is going to omega C plus W, omega C minus W, and similarly the mirror image. So minus omega C plus W, and minus omega C minus W. So this is your double sideband suppressed carrier. This is upper sideband and this is upper sideband. This is lower sideband and this is lower sideband. Clear? Let's see that I want to get upper sideband. So what I will have? I will have a band pass filter, something like this. Of the cutoff frequency, this. It has sharp cutoff frequencies on the positive side and it will be also on the negative side, something like this. Correct? So guys, this is your ideal band pass filter which doesn't actually exist. Now it will do what? It will only pass this part. So it is having a gain of 1. It will not attenuate or do anything. This is pass band, this is stop band, and similarly pass band, stop band. So the final output will look like something like this. So if you just take the upper sideband, it will be this. Bingo. Now you really feel it, guys. I hope so. So omega C plus W. I'm actually putting a lot of hard work in drawing this. So this is also upper sideband. This is upper sideband. 0, 0, 0, omega. Please draw. Ask any question. Now guys, we'll move further and use this second approach which is known as phase discrimination method. Phase discrimination method. Phase discrimination method. So here in this, we are going to discriminate basis the phase. So let me have the, the whole idea how you are going to do it. So let me write the equation. So writing the multitone, modulation multi-tone modulation time domain equation. So AC by 2 m of t cos 2 pi fct minus plus m hat t sin 2 pi fct. This you recall, guys, this is the standard equation of SSP, correct? Now, how will you get this? So you are taking a massive signal, multiplying with a carrier signal, then you are taking a Hilbert transform of massive signal as well as the Hilbert transform of carrier signal. So to get Hilbert transform in terms of phase, how will we be doing it? Just passing through that signal into a block of minus 90 degree, correct? The moment it passes through a minus 90 degree ka phase shift, mt becomes m hat t, cos 2 pi fct becomes sin 2 pi fct. And then you don't need to do anything, you have to just subtract, add both. Are we clear, guys? Get the intuition behind it? Okay, so take the massive signal m of t and give a minus 90 degree phase shift block here. So you'll get m hat t, okay, and then you are getting this signal mt to a balanced modulator. Balanced modulator, okay, and this will also have the carrier signal, correct, guys, generated by local oscillator, and the carrier signal is AC cos 2 pi fct, okay, and it will pass through another minus 90 degree phase shift block, okay, and here you will get AC sin 2 pi fct, and this will go to another balanced modulator, So guys, here you are getting m hat t getting into the balanced modulator. You have AC sin 2 pi fct, okay, and the output, what you have to do, this one will get just added to the summer, but this 2, guys, this 2 will be minus plus, and you get SSPC. Yes or no? Just have a look. It's so easy to understand. So generally when I say 90 degree phase shift now, you don't need to write minus 90, it also can write 90, but it's good to write. So when you say 90 degree phase shift, you have to do the delay. You have to subtract minus 90. Okay, so you either write 90 or minus 90. What you have to do, you know, right? You have to subtract 90 degree from the phase. Okay, so some books will write minus 90 degree means you have to just go and add. But if they are writing 90 degree, go and subtract 90 degree. Clear? This is exactly based on this block diagram. It will ask for in gate 2006. Okay. So question is, you have a massive signal which looks like this. This is B minus B. So spectrum is something like this. Okay. In omega domain. This is m of t getting into two block diagram. Two balancce modulator Bm, and it is getting a phase shift of 90 degree. Okay. And again it gets into another balanced modulator. Guys, I am writing balanced modulator as Bm only. Then we have carrier also. So carrier is going like this. Okay, carrier is cos 2 pi bt. Okay, and carrier is also getting a 90-degree phase shift. This question exactly based on this. You are adding both plus and plus. Question is spectrum output. You have to draw the spectrum output. That's it. Come on, do it. Okay. The first thing first, the moment you see this plus, it indicates what? Lower side band. Yes or no, guys? Minus is upper side band, plus is lower side band. Let's match our answer. So plus is lower side band. So what it will do, you are actually doing it, the multiplication of here mt cos 2 pi bt, and here you are doing multiplication output will be m hat t sin 2 pi bt. Okay. So what is going to happen, right? Your masses will shift to this minus b0b. So if you look at here, so what is the spectrum of this you will get? I have taught you so many times. So what it will happen, minus b0b means this minus b will go to b, 0b go to b, and b will give to 2b. Okay, so it will shift in the right and shift in the left. So you will get what? You will get something like this. So it will shift by b in the right, so it will be something like this. This and also this. Okay, this is 0, this is b, this is 2b, minus b, minus 2b. Are we good on this? Now we know that we are only talking about lower side band. So what is lower side band here? So if you look at this is as your carrier, so only you are talking about this part. I hope everybody agrees with me. So this part you are talking about, lower side band, because plus is lower side band. Yes or no, guys? So what is going to happen? You need to get this, right? So you need to have something here like this. So you'll have exactly same, but you will have something like this. So the upper side band will be reversed. So anyway, this is lower side band. Upper side band, this part and this part will cancel each other. Correct, guys? Yes or no? So the final output would be this. And anyone who has got this, they are right. So what is happening here? If you take m hat t sin 2 pi bt, so it will anyway shift to this part b. But what is going to happen? For the positive frequency, it will switch back, right? It will be something like this. So here, so this is, if I say this is m of omega, so if I say what is m hat omega, how will it look like? So it will be something like this, because for the positive it is fine, for the negative it is fine, for positive frequency it will become this. Because positive frequency gets what? Minus j. So it will go in the negative side. And then it is shifting. So if you shift this thing, whole thing there, right? So you'll get this thing as the output. So if this 2b will come here, this b will come here. So look at this part. It is exactly matching what you're seeing there. Can you see it, guys? Now this question is done. So if you shift this in the right hand side, you will get this. Look at this, it's exactly the same. And if you shift in the left hand side, you will get that. So everybody is clear. It's a very nice question, gate question. Put some star or something so that you always revise when you study phase discrimination method. We can directly draw this by seeing the circuit and seeing the adder. Yes, that's what I did now. So when I said the answer is this, right? I said here only the answer is this. Look, lower sideband. And finally I said the answer is this. But it's also good to know that what is happening at each and every block. Somebody asks you what is going to m hat omega. So you will not have any clue that how 90 degrees changing the phase shift. Right? That's what I did completely. My plus is lower sideband and minus is upper sideband. I guess he missed when I started from that point. Let me write again. So if you see ACM by 2 cos 2 pi FC plus minus FMT. Okay. So brother, you know that upper sideband means what? FC plus FM. So here plus is upper sideband, no problem. And minus is lower sideband, no problem. But when you open this, so what is cos of A plus B? It is cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. That is the reason when you are looking at this formula, plus is upper sideband, but when you come back here, minus is your upper sideband. And similarly, their minus is lower sideband, but when you expand it, which I have done, their plus becomes lower sideband.